welcome back to my channel. Last video we worked on this little box here with the fringes on it. Kind of get a close up there for you. Got really cute. And today, working again in Cathy's flower house, we're going to go on to storage box 4. And we need paper cut M13 off of here. Let's look for that. Not seeing it. Oops, I'm on the wrong one. We're down here. We need M4, M5, and M18. M5 is here, M4 is here, and M18 is here. So, it looks like we might have to cut all these out. So, here's M4, and here is M5, and M18. And we have this one little M12 and M11 here. So we got to make sure we don't lose those. And cut the fabric. Okay, we got fabric too, 55 by 45. And I believe we had already pre-cut that. I'm going to guess it's this bigger piece here. Or measure it to double check. So this was 55 by 45. That's 55. That's 55. And that's 45. So that's our piece of fabric that we had pre-cut. We got a lot of little frays here. I'm gonna snip them off for now. And then I think we have to cut all these out. Here's our instructions. They look hollowed out. Yes, they are. This is actually where an X-Acto knife would probably be better. So I think I'll be okay. I fixed this little knife. Put the blades from the one into this one. So let me trim around. This is M5. And then we'll work on M4 and M18. And we'll have to do a lot of folding here too. I like to come in at a straight angle, because if you try to go around that way, it bends the cardboard up. Yep, that just doesn't want to let loose yet. Not that it won't get a little bent anyway. I'm afraid to get too close to those lines, so I don't want to cut our box. Better lay these up here so we don't get them confused with the trash. And this we actually, and as well as this one, we need to cut straight into here. That's what all these solid lines are for. And if you have a little vision problem, which I do too, it might help having a magnifying glass to look at this stuff. Or a pair of powerful glasses. And we cut straight into this fold. Need to straighten that up a bit. The best piece of advice for this type of work is just take your time. There's no need to rush. Just take your time and double check things. And if you make a mistake, just find a way to fix it. I mean, if we would accidentally cut off a tab, I would just try to glue a piece of cardboard into it and let it go, because there's the way you position your things inside your little house, then you can easily hide any bad spots. Just like my broom. My broom isn't perfect. If you look at it on this side, you can see the stick is showing in the back here. But from this side, it's cute. So we'll just make sure we sit him that way, and that will be fine. And for me, once I do these bends, it helps me to go along them then and make a much sharper crease. But the straight edge here helps a lot, instead of trying to do this freehand, because it's very hard to make a straight line in cardboard with it up in the air. But I just go along and recrease it and such, and that helps. Especially when we go to glue it. It doesn't want to spring away. I think we got them all, except maybe here at the bottom. And for something like this, as I said, take your time cutting it, because the cuts are what makes it come together easier and more cleanly. Not sure which side to put that on. I guess it probably doesn't matter. Well, I think that we're supposed to totally glue this completely shut. So, since that's going to be on top, there we go. It's a completely closed-in box. Yep. I don't know that we need glue on all the sides, but I'm going to go ahead and just put a dot or two there. My tape is still holding out. I'm pretty impressed with that. And it, for some odd reason, it's not really drying up in the nose there. So it gets a little dried globule on it, and I just pull it off, and then it flows well. So it's working. Let's start with that. We want to put these inside, I believe. Something like that. There we go. Yeah, that closed up really nice. Closed up pretty good. And now these go on the outsides like wood frames. And there's one on each side. So, goodness. I think I'll try that X-Acto knife for the centers. It might not be pretty, but we'll see. I think I'll wait to cut that until I'm done with the X-Acto knife. Because I just don't see, unless you have like a very pointy pair of maybe embroidery scissors. That would, you could get a point in there. Well, that actually is working pretty good now. Especially since I got a sharp blade. There, that's pretty good. Yes, this X-Acto blade is working much better than I believe a pair of scissors would for this. Except for the little corners. So I've been looking at some other miniatures to make. I do like a lot of the book nooks too. They're very cute. I tend to be drawn to the ones that have plants and gardening in them. So I do not have a greenhouse of my own, but I would love to have one someday. I used to do quite a bit of gardening. And there we go. That looks good. And now we can just cut these in half. Or quarters, rather. There we go. They look pretty good. Now we just need to do these. I think I'll wait to even trim them to give me more to hang on to, since these appear to be a little smaller. Things tend to go much better when you have the right tools. He just doesn't want to let loose. Always try to close your sharp tools. We don't need to accidentally hit our hands on them. And there's the small sides. Get rid of all this. Set this stuff over here too. And then it's showing us to put, what do they call these? M4 and M18 on the sides. Fold M5 is shown and glue M4 and M18 is shown. So I'm going to try to make sure to put, like, you can still see some of the cut lines. So I'm going to try to put those on the insides. Since there's only 4, we're going to put them on the 4th. 1, 2. Oh, no, it actually, I guess we put it on the top too. We got 2 sides. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do put them on the top, even though the top is getting covered with the cloth. And it gets fringed out like this other little box did. And I think this material is very, very cute. I'm going to do the 2 sides so I don't get them as mixed up. Not that you could do that easy, because they're very different. looking for those lines. That makes it look cute. Clean my fingers off. I should probably use a tweezers here, but it kind of feels awkward to me. But I do tend to use my nails a lot as tools, so this one is a little small or a little big. Let me see. This one looks a little... Actually, that's a better size. There almost appears to be two different sizes of the bigger ones, because this frame is definitely too big for this side. As you can see, it's way too big. But it would fit the top or the bottom perfect. So there are two different sizes of the big ones also, as well as the even smaller ones. Let me re-glue this. It started to dry out. So yeah, there's definitely two different sizes, three different sizes in total. And in that big square, there were two different sizes there, even though they look square here, and I thought they were too. But you can see this is definitely bigger. That's smaller, and then this is smaller. So there's three different sizes of these frames. And this side, see, if I put that there, it's too big. It's not right. It wants to hang over. See that? That will go on the bottom. And this one, if I would put it on the bottom, you can see it's much smaller. It only comes to here. So that will go there. So I didn't even notice that until that. Getting slippery. I don't know about you, but I like to use my fingers for stuff. See, that fits perfect. And it gives a nice texture to the box. And now we just got this last one. Yeah, that looks cute. It's got like a frame on each side of the box. So there, yes, there are three different sizes of these frames. And now we take this and I guess glue it. Do we glue it to the sides at all? Probably a little bit. So let me figure out which side I want to show. I guess it doesn't matter. So just a little bit in there. Put it centered. I think that's centered. Pretty good. It's a little off. And I think once we fringe it a bit, I'm going to glue it down. Probably should be over a bit. This frame is moving instead of the instead of it's sliding across the top. So those kind of match up, but this doesn't. Yeah, we'll make it work. So now I'll grab this and try to fringe some of this out. And two sides will come off a lot easier than the other two sides. So keep that in mind. It's because of the way, the weave of the fabric. So I'm going to do the two easy sides first. Because these are going to be the harder sides. These tweezers are great for this, because I personally can't grab it. Nothing wants to come off. But this just snatches them right out of there. How's that look? Is that enough fringe? Maybe a little more. That's looking good. This one just doesn't want to come out of there. There we go. I think we need a little bit more. How's that? That looks pretty good. What do you think? Maybe a little more here. If I keep going though, I'll be up too high. Okay, let's clean this up. And then I'm just going to glue this down a little bit. Not the whole length, just sort of in the center here. On all four sides. Oh no, that might be too much. Maybe I should keep that glue up higher. Just enough to help it stay down a bit without going. See, we still got fringes all over the place. And there. How's that? Is that good? I think it's good. It looks cute. And that was enough glue. I wouldn't put more on. It's cute with it sticking out at the edges or the corners. That looks really cute. Yep. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for coming, and we hope to see you next time. Have a good day.